DJ Moore, wide receiver 18 last year, 93 receptions, 163 targets, 1,157 yards, 4 touchdowns, 28% target share. Thoughts on DJ Moore?
I like DJ Moore. I like that target share number, right? Like, yes, it's Sam Darnold. Yes, the quality of targets weren't quite there, but that target share is really, really nice to have. Um, if you can get him as your second wide receiver, it's worth the gamble, right? The touchdowns weren't there, so that's kind of what gave him that step back. But if he goes from 4 back up to 6 or 7, he's right back there at fringe wide receiver 1 territory. He competes. They use him slightly in the run game just to kind of mix it up and different wrinkles in the game. And anytime I can get a wide receiver 2 that has 163 targets, I'm going to try and take my chances on that. I really like DJ Moore.
Wide receiver 2 with almost 1,200 yards too. Really, the only disappointing part of his season last year was the touchdowns, and there just wasn't enough of them. There needed to be a few more, and it would have been a stellar season. And that's where,
and it's all hinging on McCaffrey, right? Going back 2 slides, the games that McCaffrey played, DJ Moore was lights out because defenses had to focus on that. But when DJ Moore was really the only source of offense, it was a struggle, and he could not breathe in the end zone, on top of the fact that Sam Darnold could not thread the needle and get the ball to him in the end zone.
Yeah, very true. With DJ Moore, right, 75% of his touchdowns came in the first 4 weeks, right? Like he had a touchdown in week 2, 2 touchdowns in week 4, and then nothing until week 18, which for fantasy purposes doesn't matter because the season was essentially over for fantasy managers, except for the few folks out there that played a week 18 championship last year. So and really the sad thing was he came out lights out through the first 4 weeks there and then just disappeared. And it really kind of had a lot to do with went very similar to how we saw Sam Darnold go, right? Sam Darnold came out the gate swinging, right? Like Kevin, you mentioned that on Daniel Jones a team ago where came out, was looking really good, was, QB, was ranked very high. Sam Darnold was a similar thing. And then all of a sudden,
RB1 for a couple weeks because of all those rushing touchdowns to start the season.
Yes. And then just the wheels fell off and that went with it. And the sad thing is that with DJ Moore, right? Like if you're banking on Christian McCaffrey being healthy, the target share is going to come way down on that one, right? Like DJ Moore with Christian McCaffrey in this offense, DJ Moore is probably closer to 120. I'm not sure that we're going to get much different than what we've seen so far in his career. Great receptions, great yardage, poor touchdown type of deal. And that ultimately keeps him out of being a wide receiver 1